2 sweets videos in a row, the sweet tooth strikes again. I've been teasing this one for a while now, so I had to get it out, and originally it just covered stuff from a single trip out to Orlando, but amidst the editing, we've made several more trips and I didn't want to leave anything out or chop it up into separate videos, so this one has amassed into a super-sized, super sweet sugar special, encompassing an insane amount of all the different desserts, sweets, and treats we've tried throughout 3 separate trips out to Orlando, Florida. I say this all the time throughout all the videos, but I love desserts. They're my favorite part of every meal, and Orlando has a ton of awesome ones to offer. So I'm super excited to share this sugar rush with you guys. Let's get right to it. And what better way to start this off than where we first started this whole Super Vegan Florida series, the Orlando Vegan Market, and the awesome treats we picked up from there. We just briefly covered how good these were in that video because we were focusing on main meals in that one, so if you missed it, links on the screen and in the description for you to check it out. There was a load of good stuff there you'll want to see, and these treats were some of the best parts of it. We grabbed the brownie and red velvet cookie from KKKs Bakery. Both were so good. Ceci loved the brownie while my favorite was the cookie.
Yeah, the brownie was nice and it was so dense, but somehow it was still fluffy and fudgy at the same time. I could never get them like that at home whenever I try to make them, so I loved that. The texture was everything I was missing. It's the hardest thing to replicate.
Yep, that brownie was delish, but I really liked that cookie. It was soft, ooey, gooey, all the best things that make up a great cookie. I think I mentioned this in that Orlando Vegan Market video, but they reminded me a lot of Mrs. Fields cookies. I used to love those and ate them all the time before going vegan, but these are even better. Trust me on that. These were so good that we had to have them on a following visit and try even more of what KKKs had to offer. Of course, their entire cookie line, some more of that red velvet.
Velvet, is it as good as I remember? Oh, so soft. Oh.
And a couple of sprinkled funfetti and the classic chocolate chip.
Oh my god, those chocolate chip cookies are to die for. They're so good. Like, I want one right now.
I already took a piece.
Oh no.
It's good, right? Alright, stop eating
Way
my
better
cookie.
than your Whole Foods.
That's my cookie.
They were so good. And we got a specialty brownie this time from them, a brown sugar brownie. And I like that one even more.
Oh yeah.
It's good.
That's hella good. Hot damn. Fudgy, cakey, moist. So good.
Okay, so that one was good, but I personally like the plain one better. That's just how it always is. You tend to like the sweeter stuff that has more going on, whereas I like it au naturel.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the more sugar you can pack into a dessert, the more I'm gonna love it. That's just me. I like the desserts that take something already good on its own and make it all extravagant, like loaded brownies, loaded donuts, loaded milkshakes, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm a little bit simpler. I'm easier to please.
Yeah, she doesn't have the sweet tooth I do. I don't think anyone does.
Exactly.
Anyway, we also discovered that they make their very own Pop-Tarts, so of course we had to get those too. And man, oh man, these were the best Pop-Tarts I've ever had. I've eaten those unfrosted Pop-Tarts. Yeah, those are vegan in case you didn't already know that. And these put those to absolute shame.
Good.
They make blueberry, strawberry, and brown sugar, and all of them were amazing. My favorite being the brown sugar. All nice and crispy on the outside with that subtle sweet frosting and nice and gooey sweet filling on the inside. It's pretty rare that I end up liking everything I try from a single place, but KKKs absolutely kills it and hits the sweet spot with everything they've got. Super big thanks to them for working with us on this order and going out of their way to get it to us on such short notice. KKKs, you rock. And so do you, Bathing Suit Baker. I mentioned this as well in that previous video, but it's worth mentioning again. We picked up a variety pack of the Bathing Suit Baker's cookies from the Orlando Vegan Market, and they ended up getting annihilated by an army of sugar ants in our hotel room. We let him know what happened, and not only did he hook us up with another bigger pack, he also gifted us a whole nother box.
Yes, he did. Oh my god, I love Dylan. He's awesome.
All completely free of charge, as if this was all his fault and he sent that army of ants to attack our first batch. Holy crap, the thing's big. What?
You wouldn't take the money.
No, what?
You wouldn't take money, and he made you pumpkin one.
What? Dang, they didn't have to do that.
I know. I felt so bad. I tried to give him $20, and he was like, no, you guys came all the way out here. It was so nice.
This also all happened under super short notice, so really appreciate the generosity. It's a rare find, and so are sugar cookies this good. The variety pack we got came with lemon, cookies and cream, vanilla, and apple pie flavors. And the box he gifted us was pumpkin pie flavored. They were all so good. Thick, yet soft, with just the right amount of frosted sweetness. They actually remind me a lot of the cookies my grandma used to bake back in the day when I was just a kid. And sadly, my grandma just recently passed away, but fortunately, I'll always get to have that comforting taste of my favorite childhood cookies whenever I have some of these. And I won't have to feel guilty about indulging in them whenever I do, because these babies are only around 70 calories per cookie. Hard to achieve such a great tasting cookie while still being calorically conscious, but somehow the Bathing Suit Baker pulled it off. So big shout out and super big thanks to you for the awesome cookies and kindness. Thank you, Bathing Suit Baker. The one last other thing we picked up from the Orlando Vegan Market were these loop sorta little cookie sandwiches from A Crafted Goodness. These were delicious. They had a few flavors: peanut butter and chocolate, almond butter and chocolate. We went with the almond butter and guava flavor. Sounded the most interesting. Creamy almond butter on the inside with a dusting of powdered sugar and a drizzle of a guava sort of syrup on top. All the different components of it and each flavor complemented the other so well. Really good, and likely unlike anything you've ever tried. I really liked it. Moving on from the Orlando Vegan Market, another place we got a huge haul in over every single trip is from McKennas Bakery over at Disney Springs. This bakery is completely 100% vegan and gluten-free, and they've got a ton of stuff. Cakes, pies,
Cakes and pies, cakes and pies.
cupcakes, cookies, cookie sandwiches, brownies, scones. They've got it all the great sweet treats you'd expect from any good bakery. We found out real quick that if you go later on in the evening and in the nighttime, they tend to be out of most of their goodies, so I'd highly recommend going around opening when they're fully stocked and when you could really have your pick of the litter. Some of my favorites are the cupcakes,
Cookie Monster and Brownie Bomb cupcakes. Woo!
the seasonal apple pie is absolutely amazing.
Holy crap, that is good. That is so freaking good. Dang, that is really freaking good. I love apple pie.
And we both really love their coffee cake.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. Like, and just in general, I love coffee cake. Even before having anything vegan, that was like my go-to snack. So this was good. This is just really good. The flavor is really good. They don't try to overpower it with a lot of icing like some people do, although I know you like extra icing, so I'll let you have the pieces that do have a lot on it. But it's nice and dense, yet soft. It's just delicious.
Yeah, it looks good. Give it a try.
It's really good.
Oh yeah. That is super sweet.
And I really like the milk and cookies cupcake. It's so good.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that one. I don't know how they did this, but you know how most places will name a treat something like that, but it doesn't taste like it at all? This cupcake tastes exactly like milk and cookies. It's crazy, super good stuff. We've tried pretty much everything they offer over all our trips, but those are definitely our main go-tos. The stuff like their donuts, eclairs, and things of that sort have more of a super soft yet slightly thick cakey texture, and their cinnamon rolls were similar while being a little bit more biscuity even. And those are textures I'm not used to expecting out of those sorts of things. They're definitely good, don't get me wrong, but not my faves like the others.
Yeah, I think the texture thing might be because they're also gluten-free. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure. I just figure, you know, how many ingredients are they substituting to make them more allergy friendly? But they are good, but they're just not my favorite either.
Yep. Although my other favorite thing is their bakery sink, where they smash a bit of everything of all of those things into a carrying cup, and when they do that, I'm not bothered by what's what. It's just a crazy good cup of assorted treats. But I definitely give everything a try and see what you like best, because there is a lot to like. And not just the desserts, the whole team they've got working over there is always just as awesome.
Like, what even happened? Do you ever, like, you're driving home, right, and then, like, you're distracted and you're like, were any of those lights green? But then when it finally is over, you're just like,
Yeah, I think we could all relate to zoning out into zombie-style autopilot mode. But anyway, I always take forever picking out what I want, and they're always super cool about it. Even help out with some suggestions of their own favorites to give a try. McKennas rocks. Always a good time every time we come in here. And there's another place we kept going back to over and over that just kept hitting all my sweet tooth sweet spots every time I tried something new. And that place is Valhalla Bakery over at Market on South. This is actually the first place we went to when we first touched down in Florida, and we had a really good meal from their Dixie Dharma section of the space. That'll all be covered in an upcoming video. Right now, I've got to showcase Valhalla Bakery and all their awesome treats. They've got just as many goodies as all the other places do, and a really good assorted variety of them. Some of them are super creative too, like this flower pot, which is like a cake in a cup. Super good. Really moussey, really soft, a whole lot of icing. Reminded me a bit of like a Hostess sort of cake, but way, way better. My absolute favorite thing here is their variety of these bars. When we went, they had a s'mores bar, pumpkin pie bar, and a death bar. This death bar has got to be my end-all, be-all favorite dessert ever.
Go. Oh my god, that's the best one.
Let's see. Here's some Oreo for me.
This is insanely good. I can't believe this.
I'm dropping on the Oreo.
It reminds me so much of my former favorite dessert from before going vegan, and it's another from Mrs. Fields, their peanut butter dream bar. If you've had one before, you know how good it is. This is even better. It's chocolatey, peanut buttery, thick and crunchy. I'm sure they call it the death bar because it is to die for. Incredible, incredible treat. Valhalla also stocks another local vendor's treats, Valkyrie Donuts. These donuts are huge, and they too come in an assortment of unique flavors. And the ones we tried that Valhalla had, cotton candy, super sweet, and French toast, always awesome. Both were so good, we actually made a trip out to Valkyrie's own location to try even more of what they had. Again, these donuts are huge, and it's nice to be able to have a vegan donut that isn't a cakey texture, because as good as they can be, what I've noticed is that most vegan donuts are a cake type donut, and sometimes you just want that traditional raised action, and these are definitely that. And again, are all uniquely sweet flavors. If you're in Florida and you want a bomb vegan donut, this is the place to get them. And Valhalla Bakery is definitely the place to indulge in just about any dessert your heart desires. They have everything, and everything is freaking amazing. I feel like just about everything there was super sweet, and that's how I like my sweets. So if you're into something a little more subtle and subdued, these may be pretty intense. They're perfect for me though.
It's good, don't get me wrong, but I just cannot. I don't know what it is, because it's weird, because like, okay, you won't drink regular soda, yet I will. Like, I love me some Coke. You think it's way too sweet. For some reason, when you try to get me to eat these sweets, it's just too much. I don't know, but it is good. I just can only have a little nibble here and there.
Hopefully that helps all you out there get an idea of the different sweetness levels across all these different places. Now, there are some honorable mentions here that we happen to just drop into on a whim while just driving around. The first is the Soho Juice Co in Winter Park, which refreshingly was host to a lighter, healthier variety of options. Juices, smoothies, acai bowls, all that kind of good stuff. But of course, being me, it was their assortment of baked goods that drew me in. All vegan and all gluten, dairy, egg, nut, and soy free. Very cool. And their donut assortment is baked, not fried, so that was pretty cool too. We grabbed a Cookie Monster and Bronut donut, and for some reason, Ceci called it this.
You said you want the brown nut?
I think that's bronut.
You want that one?
Did you say brown nut?
Brown nut.
I could not stop laughing while editing this. Oh, yeah, brown nut. Yeah, I'll have the brown nut. Brown nut, huh?
Leave me alone.
I'll have one brown nut.
Leave me alone.
Alright, let me head in the back. I'll squeeze that. Sounds real appetizing. Brown nut. These donuts were another of the soft, cakey type. In fact, they actually reminded me more of a cake than a donut, so from that perspective, they were actually pretty good. Definitely felt a bit lighter than all the other desserts, all without skimping on good taste. I'd highly recommend them if you're looking to satisfy a sweet tooth craving with something that won't weigh you down so much from indulging.
Not bad!
The last spot we strolled into was Ethos. This was a completely vegan restaurant and I was craving a simple chocolate milkshake, and fortunately, they had one. As crazy as I am about the crazy sweet concoctions where they just load all these different sweets into one dessert, especially loaded milkshakes where they just stuff all sorts of stuff into a blender and then top it with even more sweets, sometimes you just want something simple, and Ethos delivered on that. So well that we actually made a late night drive out back to the area to try out some of their main dishes and entrees, and man, oh man, they did not disappoint. I'll share all that in an upcoming video as well. But this chocolate milkshake was everything that I needed and was the perfect consistency that's so hard to find.
Ooh, that's good.
Is it?
It's a good milkshake.
I hate when shakes are so thick, it's like sucking a soul out of a straw to try and get some of it out. This was not that, thankfully. Just a simple, sweet, delicious chocolate milkshake, complete with whipped cream and a cherry on top. Not a fan of cherries myself, but Ceci loves them, so I always let her pick them out of there and let her have them.
I sure do. I love those maraschino cherries.
I know you do.
Yeah, you never understand why I don't like the sweets you like, but I'll never understand why you don't like cherries.
Yeah, who knows, just not a big fan. But I am a huge fan of all the desserts and all the places we featured in this video. Honestly, I may have to move to Florida just to be closer to all these awesome sweet treats. They are that good. They're the best I've ever had.
Ooh! Ooh! Hoo, hoo, hoo.
And as you've seen, I'm a sweet treat connoisseur, so you can trust me on that.
That's good.
So if you're in Florida, in the Orlando area, and you want some bomb dessert, you've definitely got to check these places out and pick up some of their awesome offerings. They'll satisfy those sweet tooth cravings and then some. You will not regret it. And I never regret or feel guilty about indulging in sweets. I know it looks like I indulge in an exorbitantly unhealthy amount of sugar, but again, understand, this was all over the span of 3 different trips, which all lasted over a week long. And I never actually eat or finish even one whole piece of a single dessert in a single sitting or even a single day.
Yeah, he'll literally like take a baby bite out of whatever he wants each day and try and make everything last longer than he should. I'm constantly like, when we get back, I'm like, is that still good? Are you sure? Is that still good?
It's all good. It's always good. I just never want it to end. So yeah, I put a lot of things in the fridge. I'll even cut things up and freeze them to really stretch it out. You guys don't see this, but stuff like the donuts and all that, a lot of the time I will just eat the part that is iced. So I'll literally bite the top off and take the icing. And because Ceci likes plain cake donuts so much, I just let her have at the rest of the plain part of everything.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's really awkward when sometimes they will get a box for my family and then a box for us if we accidentally leave the wrong box down there. Somebody's like, who did this to all the donuts? Who was biting everything? Jordan?
Yeah, a lot of it actually comes home to let our families try so they can see that vegan desserts are just as bomb as quote unquote normal ones. Hell, all you vegans out there already know they're even better, right? And I only do huge hauls like this when my home base isn't near these places, and only if I really like something. So again, that's saying a lot about these desserts. And unless you're doing the opposite of what I do and making these things the main parts of your meals, desserts and sugar ain't gonna kill you guys. It's all about balance. Keep everything in balance, everything in moderation. Getting into sustainable, long-term, healthy fitness levels is not about demonizing certain food and labeling them as good or bad, but focusing on healthy habits. Deprivation is not one of them. Depriving yourself of things you love, especially food, is devastatingly detrimental to prolonged health and fitness. Sometimes you need a little sweetness in your life, and when done so moderately in a well-balanced diet, it ain't gonna do anything but keep you happy and keep you going. And that's it for this one, guys. I know it was a monster of a video, a bit long, but hey, I love sweets, so I wanted to share that love with you, and I really wanted to showcase these sweet treats so all of you know just how good of vegan desserts there are out there. I've linked all the social media of all the businesses featured down in the description, so you can all check them out for yourselves. And with that, it's time for us to check out.
Now, as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to know how to use all this vegan fuel to get into super vegan shape, make sure to check out our fitness channel, Zero to Hero Athletics, where we cover gym and home workouts and everything in between for people with gyms and without anything. So make sure to subscribe over there to get started on getting into better shape with whatever you have without any problems. And to get everything strategically structured in full step-by-step training guides, head over to zerotoherotransformation.com to get started and find the right one for you. For all the best ways you could be supersizing and super shredding your superhero physique for the ultimate zero to hero transformation.
If you enjoyed this super vegan video, make sure you Hulk smash that like button. Share the video to spread the vegan vibes and help keep the Super Vegan Squad going and growing. Leave some comments below about some of your favorite vegan eats. And again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Until next time, Super Squad, go vegan and go well. Peace.